Okay. Yep. Streaming for round 4, PlayStation IOMA. Just gonna do an audio check to make sure that my mic isn't blaring into people's ears. Just gonna do an audio check. Okay, we're good. My mic isn't blaring into people's ears. Okay, we're good. Okay, got 10 out of 13 people in the lobby. Who we missing? Just got 2 more people to join. Okay, who are we waiting for? You lagged out? Okay. So who are we missing though, other than you? Yeah, I got short, standard, 450, qualifying, no, collisions on, advanced. Okay, so who are we missing then? Looks like we are missing Rick Rock. We all send him one too. Okay, I sent him an invite. If he doesn't join, who's our alternate? Do you guys know who the alternate is or not? Oh no. Oh, he joined. We're good. Don't have to invite Joe Hara. Okay. Oh, why did Stuck Shark leave? What about Outgoing Stick? No, Outgoing Stick. Okay, Stuck Shark joined back. We're good. Okay. Everyone's in here. Everyone's readied up. We're gonna start this race. Okay. Looks like it's gonna be should be a pretty good race. Just waiting for everyone to ready up. Okay, I muted Luke Sparks just because he's getting a little bit wild. Okay. Everyone's readied up. Let's get her going. We'll watch Luke Sparks off the start since he pulled the whole shot last time we watched him. Oh, shoot. There he is. No, he does not get the start he wants this time. Looks like Talon's gonna pull the whole shot on him. Who went off the track there? I do not know, but Jumping Nut's gonna try to sneak up on the inside of Talon. Makes a clean pass. It's always hard to do in the second corner, but looks like Talon's gonna go right back up the inside of him. And kind of flies by him over the triple. There's no chance that Jumping Nut was gonna catch back up. Almost 3 wide going through the whoops. Oh, it's taken out by A7. Might be a warning for him. That was a little aggressive. Looks like Talon's able to pull away a little bit with Jumping Nut. Oh, looks like Sam Wow goes down going into the sand. It's gonna allow Iowa Hawkeyes to get right up into third place, but he makes a mistake in that corner and isn't able to get any closer to Jumping Nut. Bull DGN on the outside hits the tough block as he was making a great run through that rhythm section. Tough break for him. Talon gets passed by Jumping Nut. A little bit of lagging going on there. Jumping Nut goes off the track. He also gets passed by Bull DGN. Everyone's still right there, though, so this could go any way. Talon's able to pull a little bit of a gap in everyone. Jumping Nut in third place right behind Bull DGN. I don't know if he's going to be able to make anything in this corner before the finish line happen. Nope, but looks to me like Iowa Hawkeyes is trying to get up there. It's very tough because this track is pretty one-lined. It's going to be basically just of who can make the least amount of mistakes. Jumping Nut still not really able to close in on Bull DGN. Same distance apart they were basically since a lap ago. Then not really any. Looks like Jumping Nut's able to close in on Bull DGN for this transfer spot. Actually, never mind. Transfer spots for fourth place. Battle would be between Iowa Hawkeyes and Stuck Shark. Now there's a pretty big gap in between those two. So there's not really much action going on right there. As Iowa Hawkeyes pulls on Stuck Shark through there. But it looks like Stuck Shark has company from Sam Wow. Maybe Sam Wow can get around him and then get around Iowa Hawkeyes. This race is pretty short though. And there's probably about I would say 3-second gap between him and Iowa. Looks like they're all about a little bit of like that one straight ahead. So it's honestly one mistake and they're out of the transfer spot. So they're just trying to ride smooth right now. Looks like Jumping Nuts dropping down a little bit from Bull DGN. Might allow Iowa Hawkeyes to go by him. Nope. Bull DGN makes a mistake. Jumping Nut goes up the inside of him. It looks like Sam Wow left the lobby. I don't know if that was a rage quit or if he lagged out. But now there's a 3-wide battle going before the whoop section. Looks like Iowa Hawkeyes and Bull DGN are 2 wide. Iowa Hawkeyes goes to the inside and gets around Bull DGN and Jumping Nut. It's insane. These guys aren't really battling for a transfer spot. They're all trying to just not take each other out because they've secured the spot right now. Looks like Stuck Shark is about the same distance behind as he was a lap before, maybe a little bit more. He's going to be hoping that Bull GGN or someone makes a mistake. Looks like Bull GGN actually hits a tough block as I say that, so he's going to drop down to fourth. But Jumping Nut doesn't get a good run through that section, so Bull GGN is going to be able to get right up next to him again. Stuck Shark's closing in on them just a little bit. But looks like there's going to be one lap left after this lap, so it's going to be tough to make that up. Talon's pulled a pretty beefy gap on second place. Then there's Iowa Hawkeyes, Bull right behind him, Jumping Nut right behind him. And Stuck Sharks closed in on Jumping Nut. Just about a second off now. This could turn into a pretty crazy battle for the transfer spot if Jumping Nut makes one more mistake. Looks like Jumping Nut's going to try to get around Bull DGN though. But they're also going to try not to take each other out. Stuck Sharks not getting that good of a run through the sand section. That allows Jumping Nut to pull away from him a little bit. It's going to be all up to this rhythm section here because this is where a lot of the passes happen. Looks like they both get a pretty good run through it. But Stuck Shark's able to triple off of the table. So he's able to gain quite a bit of time there. But doesn't look like it's going to be enough to make anything happen in this next rhythm section. Stuck Shark goes off the track and saves it somehow. With Jumping Nut and Bull DGN right in front of him. They've both been battling this entire race, just trying not to take each other out. Bull DGN makes a little mistake in that corner. His Jumping Nut able to make it into third place. Bull DGN and Stuck Shark just outside of the transfer spot. With Luke Sparks getting past in the final corner of Vapor. Then Rick Rock in 8th place. I have a fat friend in 9th. And A7 Squirt in 10th. I don't know who that is, but gotta screenshot these results. Get them put in so I can get the A main going underway. That was a pretty crazy LCQ. The wire. Stuck Shark almost made it the wire. Stuck Shark almost made it happen though at the end there. Well, there. Yep, sent you the 2 screenshots. Samuel was the one who disconnected. Do you want me to go start setting up the A main? Okie dokie. Someone call my bestie. I need a Are we doing realistic race length? Medium? We're doing, but realistic is 10-minute. Yeah. I was just making sure. Triple Crown, 450 qualifying, no. Collisions on Physics Advanced. And that's all she wrote. Yeah. Realistic? I don't think realistic. I don't think realistic is 20 minutes. Someone in the chat said that realistic is 20 minute for the. Is it 20 minutes? I don't. Is it? No, because I thought it was 3, 7, and 10. Unless they changed it for this game. Can anyone get a check on that? How do we test it even? Because realistic says. I don't think that applies for the Triple Crown though. So you just want to do medium though? Okay, I guess we'll just do medium. So we doing medium or realistic? Wait, what? Single motos? Yo, that's kind of smart. So just each of them medium then? Yo, that's smart. Okay, so medium standard 450. Okay, I can start inviting people then. That's smart though to do that. To have 3 medium races instead. Okay, so who's all in the A main right now? I can go check that out on the website. We got the races should be 12 minutes long. I don't know, well yeah, they're gonna be around 12 minutes long probably each with the +2. Is Hockey Drew. Saltman. Surprised he hasn't deleted the game again. Dizzle. Then McLeod. Okay. Top 4 in the LCQ. Nick McLeod is indeed an A main. So Talon then. Are you hosting B main then? Right. Okay, do you want me to send out invites right now? I oh, I need to select the track. That could be bad. Start racing A1. What's up, Max? Check. ah, wow, dang, people really joined fast. I did not know that 150 apple seeds can kill a human. I do now, though, so. Axis and its Hockey Drew have not joined yet, which makes sense because they usually wait until last minute. Where's Axis? Just waiting for Hockey Drew. I'll send him another invite. Well, as we wait, I guess I'll just talk about the new PS5 update that allows you to adjust the volume of people in a party. It's pretty crazy. Uh, yeah, we're not setting it to realistic because we're not doing like a Triple Crown format because then that way if someone lags out, they can always get put back in and they don't have to just sit out the rest of the time. So, it's actually quite convenient. So, yeah. Okay. So, everyone's readied up. So, it looks like we're going to get going. Gotta check my settings one more time. Looks like they're all good. Let's get her going. Main event number 1 is almost underway. We just gotta get into the actual race and everything. Okay. I'm getting messages about how it's not a triple crown. Um, we're doing 3 medium races, so that way if someone lags out, we don't have to redo the 3 races. Just to make that clear. That way, yeah, it's just a lot more convenient. Well, everyone's readied up. Let's get her started. Okay, we're watching our Dizzle off the start. Does not get a good start. Looks like Iowa Hawkeyes pulls a pretty nice jump. Saltman, Jumping Nut sneaks underneath him though to steal the hole shot. He gets pushed off the track, so Jumping Nut is out with an early lead. Gets passed on the inside by Talon, who is the winner of the LCQ. So he kind of repeated what he did in the LCQ. Then Parker, right behind them in third, with Nick McLeod in fourth. Pretty good start for him. No one gets absolutely clean in that corner. That's always good. It's like Yoshimir's right behind Nick McLeod, going up the inside of him. They're going to go too wide over these doubles. Then Talon's pulling away from Parker just a little bit, but Yoshimir is right behind Parker, going around the outside of him, not able to really carry the speed he wanted to. Looks like there's a two-wide battle between Itaki Drew and Axis, the teammates. Axis gets a no. Axis way ahead now. The timing thing must have been a little bit behind, but Axis must have got a insane run through that rhythm section. He gets another insane run, passing two people in that one rhythm section. Puts him up into fourth place, throwing a little scrub. Nick McLeod behind him. And it's Hockey Drew moved up to sixth now. Gets pushed a little bit by Jumping Nut. Jumping Nut getting a little aggressive. Needs to calm down a little bit. Looks like Iowa Hawkeyes is going to try to get on round Jumping Nut. Not almost lands on a tough block. Can't get the second double now either. Gets jumped on. I am the friend jumps underneath him. And Talon's still leading. He's almost right where he was at the beginning, with Parker behind him. Axis moving up into third, almost going underneath Parker, going three wide into the corner. Into the rhythm section. Axis gets a better run around that corner. He's going to try to reel in Talon right now. Yoshimura. Oh, Axis goes down and takes Yoshimura with him. He also pushed Parker off the track. That's going to allow Nick McLeod to move up to third. Then so that makes Parker drop back to fifth and Yoshimura drop back to sixth. Yoshimura goes up the inside of Parker though. They all got pushed right back into a bundle right now. With Bull DGN following. It's gonna be all about getting a run through the sand. The sand is probably one of the most difficult parts of the track because it's so hard to get a drive. Parker goes down and Bull DGN tries to gram Jarvis over his bike, but doesn't work out for him. Saltman gets a little crazy in that corner and goes down. Talon's still winning, but Axis is close behind him. He caught up to exactly where he was before he went down the lap before. There's a three-wide battle in last place right now. But Axis is closing in on Talon. This race pretty intense. Axis is falling right behind him right now, just hoping that Talon will make a mistake. They both pulled a huge gap over everyone else right now. Axis gets a good run into the sand section, tries to go up the inside of Talon, but can't make it happen. Talon is trying to stay ahead of Axis. Axis is probably the fastest one in here because he's the most consistent and he's also the fastest. So he's going to try to make a run in this rhythm section. Gets about the same run as Talon. Talon covers the outside, pushes Axis off the track. But Talon had that front tire line, so it's pretty. And then, um, Axis is still right behind Talon. Looks like Yoshimura has made his way back up into fifth place. Passes Nick McLeod, scrubs underneath him. Nick McLeod lands on top of Yoshimura and goes down. And Bull DGN and Parker are having a pretty good battle right now. But it looks like Axis has reeled his right back into Talon after going off the track. Makes an insane run to the sand again, but runs into the back of Talon and isn't able to pass him. Looks like he's going to try to go up and then cut underneath, side by side with Talon going into this corner. Cuts underneath him again, side by side, coming into this rhythm section. Makes the pass around the outside and still gets a good run through that rhythm section. Gets over that little step up thingy and pulls a huge gap on Talon already. Talon's still in second place though after coming through the LCQ. That LCQ almost gave him more track time to prepare for this. Then Hockey Drew chilling in third, with Yoshimura chilling in fourth, and then Parker. They're all pretty evenly spaced out right now. But looks like there's a Bull DGN is going to try to get around Saltman. Nope, isn't able to make it happen. They're going side by side to the whoops. They both go for the inside lane. Drag racing down the front stretch. They are just rating equally right now. Looks like Jumping Nut just passed our Dizzle for ninth place. Oh, who's that went down? Parker went down. Now Saltman's going to go up the inside of him. And then so Saltman passes up into fifth place with Bull DGN right behind Parker now. Parker hits the tough block. Doesn't get that good of a run through that rhythm section. Bull DGN goes around him on the outside. Bull DGN goes off the track though. Parker goes down, allowing Iowa Hawkeyes to get by him too. Parker goes from fifth place to eighth place in two rhythm sections. That's how close they are still, with only 2.5 minutes left to go in this first race of the Triple Crown. Axis pulling a huge gap over Talon, and it's Hockey Drew. It's Hockey Drew closing in on Talon right now. Maybe going to make the same pass that Axis made on him. Not as close though, so it's going to be a lot tougher. Especially how fast these guys are going. They're literally racing with just hundreds of seconds per lap time. Talon rides on top of its Hockey Drew. Its Hockey Drew goes underneath him to make the pass. Looks like its Hockey Drew might be lagging a little bit. Kind of looks like he's just floating around the track. Goes underneath Talon. They're side by side coming up with a triple. Its Hockey Drew scrubs it a little bit better than Talon. Talon tries to go up the inside of him. Can't make it happen. They're going side by side to the whoops. Its Hockey Drew. Talon cuts underneath him. They're going side by side. Oh, Talon loops out. It's going to be the end of that battle for him. That was an insane battle. Then for the fifth place, there's a three-way battle. Iowa Hawkeyes cuts underneath both of them and gets up into sixth place. Then Bull DGN goes around the outside. But they're side by side right now. Looks like Iowa Hawkeyes is still able to take the lead. Parker goes in between Bull and Iowa. Bull's going to go on the inside, take the low line, loses a little bit of time there. And then Parker kind of just slots right in between them and is just chilling there right now. Looks like there's going to be this lap and then 2 to go. They're just going to make it and pass the finish line in time. Bull trying to catch up again, but he can't make it happen. Goes off the track and crashes. Talon and Yoshimura battling right now for third place. I don't know if Talon went down again or if Yoshimura is just going fast. But Talon goes back on the inside of him. Yoshimura is going to push him wide. Talon cuts underneath him again. going side by side over the doubles. Talon overjumps the second double. Yoshimura undershoots it a little bit. Talon gets a little bit of an edge on him. Yoshimura is trying to catch up to Talon again. Right behind him. Gonna maybe try to make it happen in this next rhythm section. You never know. Looks like he's gonna go. He's gonna get the skim, messes it up, and Talon's able to pull a decent gap. But it looks like someone went down in the sand. What was that? Looks like I have a fat friend getting around. Is that Nick McLeod? Nick McLeod gets back around. I have a fat friend. They're both battling for 11th place right now. Who's that went down? Saltman goes down, allowing Parker to catch up to him. They might be battling again. As Iowa Hawkeyes and Bull are going at it some more. Then Parker goes down. So now he's going to get even closer to the battle between Iowa and Bull. Bull tries going up the inside of Iowa. They're on the last lap right now. Bull's just trying to make it happen. Bull goes up the inside of Iowa. Iowa goes back up the inside of him in the same corner. Then Bull slots in behind him. Bull's going to try to go around the outside of him. Bull's going to maybe try to cut him off in this rhythm section. Pushes him out. He got the line, though. They both hit the skim almost perfect. Looks like Iowa makes it a little bit slower, though, so Bull's able to get around him. Bull might even catch up to Parker. Bull gets the preferred line through here. Get side by side with Parker. Gonna go basically side by side with him into that corner. Parker cuts him off over the triple. Then Parker's gonna go to the inside in the next corner, but Bull still tries to go up the inside of the inside. Can't really make it happen. Bull might go in. No, Bull goes for the inside. I thought he was gonna go for the takeout there, but that's gonna allow Iowa to try to go up the inside of Bull. Bull tries cutting underneath, gets around both of them in that last corner. What a move from Bull. Gets around him in that last corner. Then you have Ardizzle in 9th, Jumping Nut in 10th. Then a battle between Iowa Fat Friend and Nick McLeod to the end. Iowa Fat Friend gets that. So the running order after the first race goes Axis, Itaki Drew, Yoshimura, Talon, Saltman, Bull, Iowa, Parker, Dizzle, Jumping Nut, Iowa Fat Friend, and Nick McLeod. Just gonna screenshot that, and we'll move on to the next race. That was insane for just the first race. Axis, though, able to pull away with it, trying to continue his win streak from the rounds before. It was a pretty crazy race, with Bull making that move in the last corner. Let's see if everyone's gonna ready up, if they got the gist of what's going on with the setup. Looks like we're just waiting on Dizzle, Yoshimura, and Bull. Looks like it's just down to Bull. Probably freaking out over that pass he made. It's quite a fancy pass. Okay, everyone's readied up. We're going to jump into main 2 of this Triple Crown. There were some crazy battles during that race. Hopefully they continue throughout this, and they kind of comes down to the wire for the positions. Just gotta wait for everyone to put in their presets and everything. Everyone's readied up. Yo. Yeah. If not, you can just go to the stream. And then, yeah. Okay, everyone's readied up, and we're gonna jump into the second main. We will try to find Axis off of the start, and we'll watch him in first person. Gets a decent jump on the way outside. Looks like it's Hockey Drew though, cutting up the inside. Axis trying to swing around the outside. Jumps over. I don't even know who that was, but he jumped right over him. Sliding into second. Nope. Third place as Iowa Hawkeyes cuts underneath him. Looks he's gonna try and make his way up past Iowa and Itaki Drew. The three teammates out front, G Fuel Racing, 1, 2, and 3 off the start, with I Have a Fat Friend in fourth, and Talon in fifth. Talon not getting the same start that he got in the LCQ and in the first main, but Saltman jumping over top of him and then pulling a Chase Sexton in that sand section. It's got to be a tough one for him, as he got a decent start this race. That usually doesn't happen with him. He's usually the one to come from last to fifth place or higher. So this isn't very unusual for him though. So he should be able to pull through with that. Looks like there's a battle for third place between Iowa and Hockey Drew. Hockey Drew gonna maybe try to catch up to. No, Iowa trying to catch up to Itaki Drew. My bad. And then in fourth and fifth, got Town and Parker. Parker trying to get her on Talon. Bumps into the back of him there. There's a three-wide battle for sixth right now. Joe Shamir is leading that battle, with I'm the Fat Friend in eighth place behind him. He jumps into the sand. That's a line that you haven't seen. He gets passed by Bull from doing that. That's definitely not the preferred line through there. There's not. They're pretty spread out as of now. Looks like Parker and Talon going side by side in this section for a little bit. Gonna reel into Iowa. Looks like Parker going to the inside of Talon. Not able to make the pass stick. Talon gets a good run through that rhythm section. Able to reel right into Iowa. Then he's not really making. Looks like there's 5 people in a pretty stacked battle right now. And for seventh, Boldigian goes around the outside, able to swing around a few people there. Almost too wide over this double. This is Nick McLeod up into 11th place right now. Who is ever in last place is not having a good race. Can't quite tell who that is as they go down again. Tough break for them. Axis. It's Hockey Drew gets around Axis. Don't know what happened up there. But Axis is going to... Nope. Slots in behind him. Goes side by side with him in this next corner. They go side by side over the triple. It's Hockey Drew's... Axis goes to the inside before the whoops. Isn't able to... Pulls up alongside of him, but isn't able to pass him. Haven't seen that line before. But it seemed to work out pretty well for him. Actually going to go to the outside before the finish line as Hockey Drew goes to the inside. Axis gaining on him. They're going side by side. Axis going to the outside of the sand. Axis is trying everything. Pulling a Tomac on him. Gonna cut underneath him again. This is literally just copy and paste what we saw in the race before. Axis gonna be able to pull the same move that he did on Talon. Gets a good run through there, and he does. So Axis does the same move twice, and it works for him. But Itaki Drew's still right there. And in fourth place, you have Iowa Hawkeyes still. Parker in fourth. Third is Iowa Hawkeyes. Parker in fourth. Yoshimura with Soulman right behind him after his get off early on. Looks like Axis and Itaki Drew are still side by side. Axis has got the lead though now, so if he can just put laps together, he should be good as he has the faster line in most of the spots. Axis goes down. Itaki Drew pulls a nice lead now in first place. Axis is right in between first and third now. Doesn't really seem like much is going on past that, as there's a huge bundle of people from fourth to fifth to sixth now as Saltman gets in a little bit closer. Axis catching up to Itaki Drew just a little bit though. Itaki Drew might have made a mistake because they all kind of caught up to him. They both get the preferred line through there though, so there's not really any time being gained through there. But Axis scrubs that jump perfectly and is able to gain probably a half a second on him. He was able to go to the outside before the whoops. Gets a good drive. Isn't able to get right behind him in that corner, but he gets close enough. Yoshimura gets passed by Saltman. So Yoshimura drops back to sixth. Saltman making his way back up. Like I said, it's what he's known for. And then Axis right on Itaki Drew now. Goes a little bit too wide into the inches of that corner. His back tire gets kicked up. So he's not able to get right behind them. Parker right behind Iowa Hawkeyes. G Fuel Racing 1, 2, 3, and 4 right now. So they're doing pretty good. Even this late in the race. Who went down? Iowa Hawkeyes goes down and drops back to sixth place. It's gonna allow Saltman goes down, just crashes and goes down to sixth place now again. Axis goes down again. That allows Itaki Drew to pull another gap on him. Axis is currently just in front of Parker. Parker goes around Axis on the outside. Axis cuts up the inside. Parker tries to cut back underneath, but isn't able to get the run. And Axis goes around the inside of Parker and is able to kind of make the pass stick. Axis gets a good run through the sand. Crashes in the sand. Parker gets around Axis. Axis is in third place right now. Itaki Drew has a huge lead out front. So Parker's up into second right now. It's still G Fuel 1, 2, and 3 though. So by teams, they're still doing really good. But Iowa Hawkeyes is right back up to Yoshimura, trying to get G Fuel 1, 2, 3, and 4. With Saltman in sixth, Bull in seventh, Talon down in eighth place. I'm the Fat Friend in ninth. Jumping Nut. I don't know if he got cleaned out or if he cleaned him out. I'm not sure what went on there. We'll watch this next corner to see if anything else happens. No, looks like there might have just been a mistake. Someone rode their front tire into that corner, couldn't slow down as Nick McLeod goes down. Well, they might, if that was intentional, we'll definitely see a clip of that later. We'll have to review that over. Bull DGN up to 6th place now as he passes Saltman. Itaki Drew still with the lead. Axis back into second place. So he gets around Parker. Yoshimura in fourth still. That would be good for their teams. He is currently not running the team kit right now, but his kit still looks pretty good, so looking pretty fire. Then Iowa in fifth. Bull right behind him. Looks like Axis is gonna make it to the finish line just before time expires. So it's 2 laps to go. Oh, that's Itaki Drew. My bad. Axis is gonna maybe be able to run down Itaki Drew. We had this exact same thing in Anaheim 1. Axis trying to run down Itaki Drew, but he just couldn't make it happen because of all of his mistakes. Luckily, this is a Triple Crown, so if he can't make it happen this race, he has another chance to. Looks like he's able to reel in him on that rhythm section. It's Hockey Drew, though. They're both running insanely fast laps. It's just who can run them more consistently. I don't know if Axis has definitely gained him. He's almost right on him right now. I have to try to make something. Rails around that corner, drifting sideways. It will right on him now. This isn't the final corner though, otherwise we might have seen a little bit of a Marchbanks happen in that corner, but doesn't look like it's gonna happen there. Axis gets a good run into the sand. Tight corner, right on Itaki Drew's tail now. Gonna try to just trail along behind him and make it past in this next rhythm section like he's done a few times already. Gets the skim good. Gonna pull right up alongside Itaki Drew. Has to single out though. Itaki Drew goes down. That allows Axis to pull a nice lead over him and not really have to worry about anything else. But Itaki Drew in second now, with Parker right behind him. And Yoshimura still in fourth place. Looks like it's Iowa Hawkeyes goes down and gets down to 8th place after crashing once in the last lap. But Talon goes down, allowing Iowa to get around him. So I was back into 7th. So this race is going to be Axis, Itaki Drew, Parker, Yoshimura. Looks like there's going to be a two-way battle. Oh, Bull DGN isn't able to sneak it up the inside this race. And then I win 7th, Talon in 8th. I'm the Fat Friend in 9th. Jumping Nut in 10th. Ardizzle in 11th. And Nick McLeod in 12th. Just going to screenshot these results. And we will proceed on to the final race. These races have been pretty insane all night. Axis going 1-1 though, so he's able to kind of extend his Triple Crown lead. G Fuel Racing 1, 2, 3 all on the podium. Been a very good night for them so far as they were running 1, 2, 3, 4 at one point in the main. Wait for these guys to ready up. I'm gonna send some screenshots. Okay. Looks like we're just waiting on Iowa Hawkeyes to ready up for the final. Main 3 for the 450 Pro IOMA. Waiting on Iowa Hawkeyes, and that's it. We'll give him... there he goes. Okay, so we'll get her underway for the final round. Let's have a quick question for y'all on the stream. Do you guys want me to continue streaming on YouTube, or do you guys want me to use Twitch? 'Cause I just want to do whatever people want more, because I personally don't have a preference. Just gotta wait for everyone to put in their setups. What was the slowest qualifier? I'm not exactly sure. I don't run all, I was in one lobby, and honestly the slowest lap times were still 112s. So they were all ripping. Looks like you guys want me to stay streaming on YouTube. Okay, everyone's readied up, and we're gonna get underway for this final main. We'll watch. Who do we want to watch? We'll watch Parker on this start. It's not that good of a jump. Bull DGN with a good start right alongside Talon. Artizo runs in the back of Bull. And Talon is able in first place right now. Get another good start. Repeat of main 1 in the LCQ. But Bull up in second place. If he continues riding like that, he won't have to worry about making a last corner sneak underneath. There's a three-way battle in the whoops right now for 5th place. Itaki Drew lags it a little bit and takes out Saltman. Saltman not having that good of a night, just extremely unlucky. Kind of surprised he hasn't rage quit yet. Ardizo crashes in the doubles and isn't able to get that second double. Talon still in first. He's hoping he can probably repeat a main 1. But Bull's right behind him, not letting him get any edge. With Parker in third and Axis in fourth. Axis always gets a good run through that rhythm section. Can definitely tell he's practiced that a lot. Bull DGN drops down to third as Parker gets around him. Now Axe is trying to go around him on the outside. Axe is running in the back of Bull. Bull kind of lands on him. Tough break for Axis as he drops back to 6th place into a three-way battle. So looks like Yoshimir's right in front of him. Axis goes to the inside before the whoops again. He's the only one doing that line, and it's actually working out pretty well for him. They're going all 3 wide again. Yoshimura kind of pushes him out. Axis gonna cut underneath. Axis almost gets landed on. But he makes that second double as so clean. He just gets an insane run and pulls away from him. Parker, looks like Talon's able to pull away with Parker kind of behind him. Both still in third with Itaki Drew and Axis right behind them. Itaki Drew and Axis have gone 1-2 these last 2 mains. So they're probably trying to get back up there. Itaki Drew's going to maybe try to go to the inside of Bull right here. Makes the pass happen. Not even that much contact there. Bull DGN gets a little bit of a better wheelie scrub. But Itaki Drew's still able to pull away from him there. Bull goes around the outside. He's going to try to cut underneath, but can't get underneath him. It's going to actually allow Axis to get right behind Bull. Bull hits some tough blocks on the outside. Axis cuts underneath him. Looks like Bull's gonna drop down to fifth place. Parker makes a little bit of mistakes, and Hockey Drew and Axis are right on him now. These three people are from the same team, so I don't think they're gonna be taking each other out. It's Hockey Drew taps Parker. Jet racing. When do I race? I'm not sure. Did you qualify for B main or are you a C main guy? Because I'm not sure if they're having a C main. Hockey Drew. Nothing really. Oh, Axis goes down. That allows Bull and Saltman and our Dizzle to go right up the inside of him. They're side by side. Axis goes off the track again, but he's able to recover really nicely. That could have been way worse. I'm the Fat Friend and Iowa Hawkeyes having a little bit of a battle back in 8th place. Saltman back up in the 5th place from where he's been having that bad luck. Axis right behind him though. Axis gets that double super clean again. Gets a good run. Goes to the outside of the sand section. Isn't able to get to the dirt though, so he doesn't get that well of a run. And looks like there's a battle for first. Parker right behind Talon right now. He's gonna get the triple out cleaner. They both get it really clean. But Talon doesn't make the double out, and Parker goes right around him on the outside. Parker gets the preferred line in the next section too. So he's able to pull a little bit of a gap from him there. Doesn't look like it's like it's Hockey Drew might be reeling in Talon a little bit. Nick McLeod and Jumping Nut are way behind. I don't know if there's some taking out going on. Looks like they're just making mistakes right now. It's Hockey Drew gets around Talon. I think Talon goes down. Axis is right on Talon. Axis is gonna go up the inside of him. Gonna make the pass. Looks like Talon's gonna go up the inside of Axis. Makes the pass on him. So he goes right back to those S turns. Axis gets in the back of Talon. Talon gets an insane run through that rhythm section. Skims right over everything. Isn't allowed Axis to get around him through that section like he did in the first main. But through all this, Bull DGN is reeling back into Axis. Talon goes down. That allows Axis to move into third. So G Fuel Racing, 1, 2, and 3 again. They have been dominant all night. What's going on with Nick McLeod? I'm gonna have to give these guys lap warnings. Look, these guys might just be messing with each other. Oh, and Nick McLeod just dies out of nowhere. Oh, and so does he. Oh, they're getting a little bit sketchy there. I have to watch their dots on the screen and make sure they're not ruining anyone else's races. Parker still in first. It's Hockey Drew. The Axis right behind It's Hockey Drew now. Looks like they're gonna battle again. Axis skimming that last part of it rather than tripling out. Seem to be a little bit faster. Axis gets a. They both get a good run through this next section. Parker gonna get held up by these guys. Jumping Nut needs to get out of the way. He gets off the track like a good lapper should. They both wait up. Very good sportsmanship of both of them. Not trying to ruin anyone else's races. Just because of their weight, nobody's spots really changed around, which is always good because no one likes it when a lapper cuts someone off. Just ask Ken Roxon or Chase Sexton. Dizzle cuts up the inside of Talon. Is able to get around him. Axis right on Itaki Drew again in the same spot. They're both reeling in Parker. Axis goes to the inside of Itaki Drew. Looks like he's going to be able to make the pass stick. He gets a good run through the next rhythm section too. They've both reeled in the next guy. Looks like there's a battle for fifth right now between Talon and Ardizzle still. Ardizzle goes to the inside of Talon. Ardizzle's having a better race this final main than he did in the first two. Gonna go side by side over the triple. Didn't see any dualies out of him. Ardizzle still staying on the inside. They're going side by side this entire race basically. Talon kind of blocks Ardizzle and makes him stop. Talon can try to. Ardizzle goes around the outside of him. Talon really can't make anything happen. Ardizzle gets reset though, and so did Iowa Hawkeyes. Both have the same bad luck. I Am the Fat Friend gets around Iowa Hawkeyes after his misfortune. Looks like Axis is reeled in Parker now. Now they're going to be back. No, Axis goes off the track, but he's still right there. Looks like he's going to try to go around the outside of him. Cut underneath him, side by side coming up to the triple. Axis gets a better wheelie scrub over the triple before it. Axis is going to over jump that triple and not be able to get that good of a round with the whoops. He's going to the outside there. Parker hits the tough block. Might slow him down a little bit. They're both wheeling down that front stretch, trying to get all the power down. 2 laps to go. It's the final 2 laps of this entire triple crown. Axis goes to the inside of Parker in the sand. Someone flies off the berm. Tough blocks flying over Axis and Parker. Parker goes down. Axis moves into first, and Itaki Drew gets by him. Now Itaki Drew's on Axis. Itaki Drew bumps Axis. They're going to go side by side through this rhythm section again. Axis gets an insane run. Itaki Drew gets the triple out, though. Still not able to pass him there. It's looking like Itaki Drew doesn't quite get that as smooth. But Axis messes it up. Itaki Drew goes around Axis. The 2 lappers waiting up again. Didn't even have to warn them. They're just being really observant right now. Itaki Drew passes Axis. This isn't for the win of the overall, but if Parker gets around Axis, then Itaki Drew would have the overall. Axis and Itaki Drew going back and forth right now. Looks like Axis is gonna get that double perfectly, flies up the inside of, but he hits the roller and misses it, jumps into the sand section. Itaki Drew spins out, hits a tough block. Isn't able to be right on Axis. Parker right behind Itaki Drew still. Looks like they're gonna both go into the next rhythm section. Itaki Drew gets a good run through it. Axis doesn't get the triple out. Itaki Drew right behind Axis again. This is getting pretty intense. It's Hockey Drew trying to get right behind Axis for this final 2 corners. Still pretty far off though. He's gonna have to go for something. Pull a Marchbanks. He tries to go to the inside move that Axis has been using. Doesn't work out as well as it's been working for Axis. He goes down. Parker's right next to him now. Parker might pull a Marchbanks in his next corner. Can't tell. He does not get it, but he will get the 3rd place. Bull DGN in 4th place. A very good run for him this final race. Looks like there's a 3-way battle for 6th right now. These guys are all going in. Looks like, oh no, Yoshimura gets pushed out and drops down to 8th place. And I Am the Fat Friend in 9th. Iowa Hawkeye is way back in 10th. Waiting up and looking at the 2 in last place, who are just kind of taking each other out right now. Looks like he's even going to the outside. And oh, he misses it and launches into the stands. That was an insanely intense race. Loading. So Axis going 1-1-1 for the overall tonight in the IOMA Pro 450 class. Some people have left, so the results might be a little screwed up, but yeah. So thanks for coming out and watching the race. There's some pretty insane battles, and we're gonna do this race again for round 5 next week, Tuesday. Thank you all for watching, and we'll see you next week.